Today we're going to look at a third way to display data so that you can discuss the distribution of the data like we've seen in box plots and histograms. But today we're going to be using what's called a dot plot. So in our example, we have Tom is a landscaper who's paid hourly. He's planning to ask his boss for a raise and is trying to decide whether he should ask for an extra $5 per day or 10% increase in his daily wages. We have Tom's daily pay for 12 days, and we're going to create a dot plot of that original data first. So in order to make a dot plot, we start by creating a number line and making sure we include all the numbers that are in the set. So we have a lower value of 50 and a higher value of 58. So we need to make sure our number line includes all of that. So we're going to start with 50 and go all the way to 58. And then hence the name dot plot. We're literally going to put dots above each number as it shows up. So we have 152, then another 50, then another 52, then a 54, a 58, a 52 again, 54 again, 50, 52 again, 52 again, 56, and 50. And there is our dot plot of the original set of data. And from that dot plot, we can say that the data is definitely positively skewed, as we see a majority of the data on the left-hand side and a tail to the right. And we remember that whenever the data is skewed, the median is the preferred choice to explain the data rather than the mean. So now we want to figure out the mean, median, and mode of that data. So we can tell that the mode, the number that shows up the most frequently, is 52 because that is the number that has the most dots. And then to calculate the median and the mean and the range, we're going to use our calculator. So we go over to our calculator, we go to Stat, we go to Edit. If your L1 already has numbers in it, go up to L1, hit Clear, and Enter. And then we're going to enter those data set values. So we have 53 times. Then we have 52 5 times. Then we have 54 twice. Then we have 56 and 58. Then we go to Stat again, over to Calc, one variable statistics, enter 3 times. And there we have our set of data values. So we know from there that our mean, which is the X with the line above it, is about 53. And if we scroll down, our medium is 52. So you can tell that mean is moved up by 1 point as a result of it being positively skewed. So the median is the better representative. And then our range, which is the highest number minus the lowest number, so that would be 50 and 58. So 58 minus 50 gives us a range of 8. All right, so now we're going to make a dot plot of Tom's wages after a $5 increase. So I was hoping that I could just shift all of this up. Let's see if this will work. Nope, not going to work. Oh, wait, right here. There we go. It didn't move it all up. Just so we can use it when we're looking at our next set of data. So now we want to look at what's going to happen after a $5 increase. So we're going to use our dot plot from the top to change it so that now everything is a $5 increase in values. All right, so now if everything's increasing by 5, our lowest number is going to be 55, and our highest number, 58 plus 5, is going to be 63. So we need all the values in between. So we have 55, 56, 57, 58, and so on. And we're going to change our dots to fall into this category. So now again, our 55 is $5 more than 50, so we're going to have 3 dots there. Then our 52 plus 5 is 57, we're going to have 5 dots there. 54 plus 5 is 59, so 2 dots there. 56 plus 5 is 61, so 1 dot there. And 58 plus 5 is 63, so 1 dot there. So this graph is also positively skewed, but now we're going to have a different mean, median, mode, and range. So in this case, our mode, or the number that shows up the most, is 57. Our range, I'm going to jump down to range because I can do that just from looking at this graph, is 63 minus 55, or 8. So notice the range stayed the same, but the mode increased by 5. So now we have to find the mean and the median. And we can use our calculator to do that. So we go back over to our calculator, we go back to stat, go back to edit, and we could just add 5 to all those values there or redo them and use our new dot plot. I'm going to just redo it. So I'm going to go up to L1, hit clear and enter, and then enter my new set. So I have 55 3 times. Then I have 57 5 times. Then I have 59 twice. 61 and 63. Pull up our stat, go over to calc, and enter, 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 enter. And there we have a mean, which is about 58, which notice 53 plus 5 is 58, and a median of 57. Notice again, 52 plus 5 is 57. So by doing that $5 increase, it just added 5 to all 3 mode, median, and mean. Okay, the range stayed the same. So if we just wanted to figure out the change after a $5 increase, if we knew the mean was 53, we could have just added 5 and our new mean would be 58. All right, so now we want to create a dot plot of Tom's wages after a 10% increase. So again, using that original dot plot, we're going to add 10% to each. So 10% is actually really easy. It's dividing by, 10, and then adding that to itself, basically. So 10% of 50 should be 5. Let me just prove that to you. Second quit. If I do 50 times 0.1, I get 5. So 10% more than 50 would be 55. So we want 55 to be our lowest number. And then 58, if we do 10% of that, 58 times 0.1 is 5.8 plus the 58 is going to be 63.8 is what I need to get to. So I'm just going to use each of those original values just going up. So 55, actually, let's do it that way. 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, and 64. All right, but when we go into doing each one individually, we want to make note of what those values will actually be. So with the 10% increase, 50 times 10% is going to be 55. So there's going to be 3 55s. Then for 52, I could just do times 1.1. That will give me the new price because that's 10% added on to 52. That's going to be 57.2. So about here, and that's going to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to make a note here that that's 57.2. Then for 54, it's going to be 59.4, and there's 2 of those. And I'm going to make a note that, again, that's 59.4. Then for 56, that's 61.6. So about here. And for 58, we found that before, but I'm doing it again. It's 63.8, so a little bit before the 64. And again, there's one there. So again, our graph is once again positively skewed. So once again, the median would be a better choice to explain the data over the mean. All right, and from here, we're going to calculate the new mode, mean, median, and range. So we can see right away, just by looking at the data, that the mode is going to be 57.2, as that is the number that shows up the most. And then we could do the range, and that's going to be 63.8 minus 55. Whoops. Why do I keep doing that? 63.8 minus 55 equals 8.8. So when we just did a $5 increase, the range did not change. But when we do a 10% increase, the range does increase by 0.8. All right, so now we have to calculate the mean and the median, and we're going to use our calculator once again to do that. So we go to Stat, we go to Edit, we clear our original list, and we're going to enter our new data values. So we have 55 3 times. We have 57.2 3 times. Sorry, 5 times. Then we have 59.4 twice. 61.6 once. And then 63.8. We pull up our stat, go over to calc, press one variable statistics, enter, 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 and we have our new mean and median. Our mean being about 58, and our median being about 57 or 57.2. So our mode and median are still the same with the 57.2. Our mean is 58. Remember, that's being pulled up because the data is positively skewed, and our range is 8.8. So we calculated the mean, median, mode, and range for each of the sets. Now we want to figure out how to change in each case and which should Tom ask for. So we're going from the original to the calculated in each one. Remember, when we just added a $5 amount, it just added 5 to the mode, mean, and range. When we did a 10% increase, that didn't just add it to it. So the 57.2, when we had our mode originally of 52, if I do 52, second quit, 52 times 1.1, whoa. Gave me the 57.2, so it did multiply that by 10%. My original mean was 53. Times 10%. Would give me the 58.3, which I rounded to 58, so I should leave the 58.3 there. Then the median again is times the 10%, and the range is times 10%. So it didn't just affect the mode, mean, and median. It affected all 4 values by multiplying them all by 10%. All right, so which should Tom ask for? People could argue for both cases. In the first case, when you just add 5, we would have a mean of 58 and a median of 57. Where in the case where you do the 10%, you have a mean of 58.3 and a median of 57.2. Okay, so in my opinion, we would have a better shot if we asked for that 10% raise rather than a $5 raise, because we get a little bit more, 0.3 and 0.2% more. All right, so you're going to now answer some exit tickets dealing with dot plots on your own. I'll be around to help you out.